Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dr. V's Motivational Monday, a video series on self-regulation and effective learning strategies where our goal is to learn how to learn because after all, guys, learning should be fun. And right now we are at one of the best parts, the most fun we can have during a semester is right at the beginning because everything is still in front of us and the path has not yet been laid. One thing that we can do to make sure that we are our most successful selves at the beginning of a semester is to set actionable goals. And so today's tip is going to be all about how we can frame goals using strong action verbs because the right verb is actually able to transform your vague intentions into actual actionable steps. Now, before we go too far, we need to define what is an action verb. If you go back to, I used to teach this in junior high, an action verb is a verb. It's an action thing that you can do, right? Kick, hit, jump, run, sing, clap, speak, all of these things that describe actions that we can actually take. These are contrasted to linking verbs or verbs that are more to be language is, are, be, have, seen, appear, remain. Those verbs that are just not going to give you any kind of intent or indication of what is actually being done on the other side. So let's compare some goals using good and bad action verbs. The first one, do well on assignments. This is so vague. This is not very good as a goal because there's no way to really understand what do means. Do well on assignments by whose metric, right? So this verb does not help. Converting this to submit assignments one day early after double checking against the rubric provides a very clear metric to which you can base your goal and the completion of your goal around. I want to study more. I want to study more. This isn't even saying study more. This is simply saying that my goal is that I want to have some kind of attitude about studying. That is not going to be a very strong goal. Instead, switch this to study for 30 minutes every evening and complete one review quiz per topic. What this is going to do is it's going to reframe that goal into a clear, actionable step. Be more organized. Be is a terrible verb at this because be organized. I think I'm organized. What does more organized mean? Plan my daily to-do list the night before and clear my workspace for 5 minutes every morning. It's a clear, actionable goal. You're understanding the distinction, I hope. How about one more? Be better at participating in class. That doesn't do anything. Again, the goal isn't even participate in class, which would be an action verb. This is be better at participating in class, which doesn't really say anything. Ask 2 questions or share an example. That's going to be a much stronger goal because you're going to be giving yourself something very specific to work on. Now, one way that you can really make this easier is to attach numbers to your goals. Your numbers are very easy to measure and track over time. So some examples that you could use, read 5 chapters in a week. Now, guys, if you're like 5 chapters in a week, that's too much. I can't read that much. Then set a goal that's more realistic to your exact circumstances. This is just an example, but the idea is set a number to it. Exercise for 30 minutes 4 times a week. This is better than just simply saying, I want to exercise more, right? Write 1,000 words daily for a week. Again, that very clear number because you can tell if you met your goal by whether or not you exceeded or met that number. These provide very specific measurable benchmarks. Some other verbs that would be good, plan, organize, complete, learn, contribute, track, review, engage. Again, you'll notice that in a lot of these, the number is what makes it so measurable. That number is really important. If you don't know where to go for verbs, guys, you can check out what's known as Bloom's taxonomy of learning. What that's going to do is it's going to level the verbs that you see on the screen based on how much you're actually engaging cognitively with that activity. So define something. It's still a clear action verb, but it's not going to be nearly as intensive as perhaps develop or modify or invent. Here's why this matters, guys. Set your goal, measure your progress, and stay focused, because what gets measured gets achieved. If you want to accomplish something this semester, you have to make sure you're taking the necessary steps to get there. And that is going to mean starting with the verb that you're using to frame your goal. Today's tip is all about how you can use strong action verbs, attach those verbs to numbers, and that will give you very clear, measurable goals to guide your semester. That's everything on this episode of Dr. V's Motivational Monday. Until next time, take care, everybody.